Configuring the Client Manager to use HTTPS. Hello and welcome to this instructional video to learn how to configure your Client Manager to use the HTTPS protocol. Let's get started. Why should you enable the Client Manager to use HTTPS? HTTPS encrypts data in transit to and from a server, which helps protect user privacy and sensitive information. Here are some reasons why you should enable HTTPS. Prevents unauthorized parties from accessing and reading data sent over the internet. This is especially important for transactions that involve financial or personal data. Prevents eavesdropping between web browsers and web servers. HTTPS is a mark of security and a high-quality website. Rocket Software recommends enabling HTTPS for configuration manager sites. Understanding HTTPS configuration. The Client Manager utilizes a Jetty-embedded web server, which can be configured for HTTPS to secure communications between the Client Manager and web clients. Here is an overview of the steps we will be performing in this video to configure HTTPS. The first step is to check for the requirements to configure HTTPS. The second step is to create a key store using the OpenSSL utility. The third step is to update the Client Manager configuration. The fourth step is to restart the Client Manager using the CompStat utility. And the last step is to verify if the Client Manager can successfully connect using HTTPS. Prerequisites for creating a key store. Ensure you have a certificate file containing the private key and the public key certificate chain signed by a third-party CA in the formats P1, 2, PFX, etc. The password for the certificate file if set. Supported key store formats include PEM, PKCS, PFX, and DER. Let's create a key store using the OpenSSL utility. Issue the OpenSSL command. We are going to create a PKCS key store named cm.p12. cm.p12 is the key store file name. We have provided certificate.pem and privatekey.key as input to the OpenSSL command. Privatekey.key file contains the private key. Certificate.pem file contains its corresponding public key. Let's create a key store. Enter the passphrase setup while creating the private key. Set up a new export password for the key store. This will be used as the password for the key store we create. Note that this password should be the same as the private key's password. The key store is now created. Let's use Java's key tool to view the key store contents we created. Issue the key tool command. Enter the export password you set up for the key store. The content of the key store is displayed. Copy the created key store into the Client Manager's config directory. Now we will update the Client Manager's configuration. From the install directory of the Client Manager, open the config.xml using a text editor. For this session, we have used Notepad++. Insert a new line to add the following parameters. We have added 3 parameters to the config.xml file. They are SSL enabled, key store, and key store password. SSL enabled should be yes. For the key store parameter, enter the directory path where the newly created key store is stored. For the key store password parameter, enter the password created for the key store. Save and close the config.xml file. For the changes to take effect, we will restart the Client Manager using the CompStat command. The Client Manager has restarted. Now we are going to verify if the Client Manager can successfully connect using HTTPS. From a web browser, modify the Client Manager's address to use HTTPS instead of HTTP. The browser displays a security lock indicator confirming that the connection is secure. The Client Manager login screen has successfully loaded using HTTPS. Note that the URL shown here is for demonstration purposes only. Bookmark your web client URL with your hostname and web port details for easy access in the future. Let's do a quick recap of what we did in this video. Used the OpenSSL utility to create a key store. Copied the generated key store to the client manager's config directory. Updated the config.xml file with SSL parameters. Restarted the client manager using the compstat utility. Finally, we confirmed a successful HTTPS connection to the client manager. Thank you for watching this video. For more information about Zena, Enterprise Orchestrator and other products, visit the Rocket documentation portal.